morning. Today we discuss about applied thermodynamics. First one, thermal equilibrium, mechanical equilibrium, chemical equilibrium. First one we discuss about equilibrium. Equilibrium. Okay, first one we discuss about equilibrium. First one is the thermal equilibrium. There are three categories. One is the thermal, another one is the mechanical, one is the thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium. Another one is the mechanical. Equilibrium. Another one is the chemical equilibrium. Okay, chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium. First one, thermal equilibrium. In thermal equilibrium, the temperature will be the same at all points of the system, does not change with time. Temperature of the system, temperature will be the same at all points. Thermal equilibrium, temperature of the system, okay, temperature of the system will be the same, temperature of the system will be the same. Mechanical equilibrium, there are no unbalanced forces within the system. Mechanical equilibrium, no unbalanced forces within the system. No unbalanced forces within the system, that is the mechanical equilibrium. The present in the system, the pressure in the system is same at all points and does not change with time. Chemical equilibrium, in chemical equilibrium, no chemical reaction takes place in the system. No chemical equilibrium takes place. No chemical equilibrium takes place within the system. Okay, takes place in the system. Another one is the thermal equilibrium. Thermodynamic equilibrium, a system in thermodynamic equilibrium, if it has achieved thermodynamic equilibrium. Okay, thermodynamic equilibrium, a system is in thermodynamic equilibrium if it has achieved thermal, mechanical and chemical both. If the system has achieved thermal, mechanical and chemical equilibrium. Thermal, mechanical and chemical. Okay, thermal, mechanical and chemical equilibrium. Okay, thermal, mechanical and chemical equilibrium. Now, quasi-static process. What is the definition of quasi-static? Quasi means almost. static process, quasi static process, quasi static process, quasi static process, তাহলে quasi means almost, quasi means almost, static, almost static process, quasi static process. A quasi static process is also called a reversible process. This process is a succession of equilibrium states and portrays infinite slowness is the characteristics of the quasi static process. Infinite slowness is the characteristics of quasi infinite slowness is the characteristics of quasi static process. Now specific heat, actually quasi static process, infinite slowness means suppose there is a container and this container contains some amount of gas. There is a piston, this is the piston, okay, and there is a weight. If you remove the weight, the piston moves up very rapid, removes the piston, removes the weight, piston goes up rapidly, piston goes up rapidly. This is not an example of quasi static process, but if this is the container, if the weight is divided into several number of small weight, okay, if the weight is divided into several number of small weight, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and remove the weight one by one, remove the weight one by one, remove the weight one by one, okay, remove the weight one by one, then the piston moves up, piston moves up slowly, piston moves up slowly, okay, তাহলে piston moves up slowly, that is the example of quasi static process, okay, very slow, the process is very slow, and if you draw the PV diagram of the quasi static process, first point, second point, third point, fourth, like that, if you plot all the point and if you join, that is the PV diagram, pressure versus volume. If you plot all the points and join one by one, okay, that is the graph of quasi-static process. Okay, quasi-static process. Now, another one topic. Another one topic is the specific heat. Specific heat. Okay, specific heat. Specific heat, what is the definition? The specific heat of a solid is usually defined heat required to raise the temperature of unit mass. Heat required to raise the temperature. Heat required to raise the temperature of unit mass of the solid through 1 degree. Through 1 degree. Okay, unit mass of a solid through 1 degree. Okay, through 1 degree. তাহলে heat required to raise the temperature of unit mass of the solid through 1 degree. That is the specific heat. According to the specific heat, dq is equal to mc dt. dq is equal to mc dt. For a gas, two specific heat. One is the specific heat at constant volume, another one specific heat at constant pressure. So one is the CV, specific heat at constant volume, another one CP, specific heat at constant pressure. Okay, specific heat at constant pressure. Now dq is equal to mcp dt. dq is equal to mcv dt. Okay, তাহলে mcp dt, another one is the mcv dt. Okay, now cp, specific heat at constant pressure, and q is equal to mcp. Suppose flow of heat in the reversible non-flow process at constant pressure at constant pressure q is equal to mcp t2 minus t1. q is equal to mcp t2 minus t1. তাহলে q is equal to mcp t2 minus t1. Okay, তাহলে q is equal to mcp t2 minus t1. Okay, that is for constant pressure process. Okay, mcp t2 minus t1. For constant volume process, is equal to mCV T2 minus T1. Q is equal to mCV T2 minus T1. That's another one relation, Cp minus Cv. Cp minus Cv, that is equal to R. Okay, another one correlation, Cp minus Cv, that is equal to capital R. The ratio of two specific heat denoted by gamma, Cp by Cv. Gamma, Cp by Cv is equal to gamma. Okay, so Cp by Cv equal to gamma. Another one is the Joule's law. Joule's law. Joule's law, the internal energy of a perfect gas. Okay, the internal energy of a perfect gas is a function of absolute temperature only. Okay, internal energy of a perfect gas. Internal energy of a perfect gas, internal energy of a perfect gas is a function of absolute temperature only. Okay, perfect gas is an absolute temperature only. Okay, the internal energy of a perfect gas is an absolute temperature, is a function of absolute temperature only. Okay, according to the first law of thermodynamics, dq is equal to du plus dw. According to the first law of thermodynamics, dq is equal to du plus dw. dq, change in amount of heat, du, internal energy, dw, change in amount of work. Okay, another one relation, the first law of thermodynamics, when a system undergoes a thermodynamic cycle, then the net heat supplied to the system from the surrounding is equal to the net work done by the system on its surrounding. Okay, when a system undergoes a thermodynamic cycle, when a system undergoes a thermodynamic cycle, then the net heat supplied, thermodynamic cycle, then the net heat supplied, then the net heat supplied to the system from the surroundings to the system from the surroundings to the system from the surroundings is equal to the net work done by the system on its surrounding, is equal to the net work done by the system on its surrounding, work done by the system on its surrounding. Okay, net work done by the system on its surrounding. Okay, so when a system undergoes a thermodynamic cycle, then the net heat supplied to the system from the surroundings is equal to the net work done by the system on its surroundings. So cyclic integral of dq equal to cyclic integral of dw. Cyclic integral of dq, cyclic integral of dw. Okay, so cyclic integral of dq is equal to cyclic integral of dw. Enthalpy is represented by H. Enthalpy, total heat contained in a substance. Okay, enthalpy, total heat contained in a substance. H is equal to U plus PV. Total heat contained in a substance. Okay. Another one is the heat engine. Okay, heat engine. Heat engine, high temperature source, heat engine, sink, Q1, Q2, W net equal to Q1 minus Q2. Okay, source temperature T1, sink temperature হচ্ছে T2. Okay, source temperature T1, sink temperature T2. তাহলে W net is equal to Q1 minus Q2. Okay, so efficiency eta W net by Q1, Q1 minus Q2 by Q1, 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Okay, efficiency of heat engine 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Okay, 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Another one thing, efficiency always output by input, and efficiency of the heat engine always less than 1. Very important, no engine is 100% efficient. Okay, no engine is 100% efficient. Another one, limitations of first law of thermodynamics. limitations of first law of thermodynamics. Okay, limitations of first law of thermodynamics. Limitations. First one, first limitation, it has been observed energy can flow from a system in the form of heat of work. First law of thermodynamics sets no limit to the amount of the total energy of the system which can be caused to flow as work. Okay, no limit to the amount of the total energy of the system which can be caused to flow as work. Question number 2, second part, first law of thermodynamics establishes equivalence between quantity of heat used and mechanical work but does not specify the condition under which conversion of heat into work is possible. Does not specify the quantity, the conversion of heat into work. The condition under which conversion of heat into work is possible. Okay, so first law of thermodynamics does not specify the condition under which conversion of heat into work is possible. Okay, so these are the limitations of first law of thermodynamics. Okay, these are the limitations of first law of thermodynamics.